Leo, gang gang, what up though, and welcome to Swimming Through the Void. This will be a look into the year ahead today for the sign of Leo, wherever that resonates at for you in your birth chart. Keep in mind, we all have a fifth house as part of our birth chart. We all deal with Leo energy in one way or another to some degree in our realities. Time and energy are fluid as well, so take what resonates here today in this reading, in these messages, and leave the rest for someone else. Also, these messages are timeless. So whenever you find yourself here, there will be something here for you to help bring you clarity and confirmation, to help empower you. Ultimately, the intention for these messages is to help bring us into alignment with our highest selves, with our highest timelines, with our best lives. That being said, tapping into your energy. Sounds like there's some type of alarm going off out there. Tapping into your energy today, Leo, I used the Moonology deck along with the Shaman's Dream Oracle and grabbed a few cards from the Illuminated Earth Oracle deck as well, just to help me catch the vibe and see what Spirit's wanting to bring through for this message, for this year ahead reading. And I feel like there's a lot here. I feel like there's some things that Spirit wants to say before we jump into the tarot, and I think that there's some relevance to that as well, maybe on a symbolic level, like maybe there's some things that we need to take care of before we fully get into this energy, and I'm sure that's going to look different for everybody, but especially with this first card that came out for you from the Moonology deck today, it's the South Node card. And it says, do not let your past hold you back. The South Node has everything to do with our past and with past lives, if that's something that you believe in. South Node can indicate karmic situations, karmic contracts, and relationships. Let's just run through these cards, and then we'll kind of break it down as it comes through, because I really feel like there's a lot here and there's a lot Spirit wants to say before we dive into the message here. So South Node, do not let your past hold you back. Then we have full moon in Cap. The end of a tough cycle approaches. We have the blue moon with believe in the impossible. In the Shaman's Dream, the first card to come through was this Empty Well card, time to replenish. Then we got the Mind Full. It says Group Think. And then we got Overflow with Overwhelm and Plenty. And we got Rise Above the Fray with the Eyes of the Eagle. Now let's just run through these as well really quick. 3 cards came through from the Illuminated Earth. We got Reincarnation, Structure, and Release. So like I said, where to even start? I feel that Spirit needs the Leo Collective to know that you're ending out a big chapter, a big cycle on your soul's journey here. And there really is this feeling coming through here of like optimism and of dreaming bigger, but it feels like there are some possible pitfalls along the way through this year, some things that are going to be kind of trying to bring you down, maybe some things coming back up from the past. I'm feeling relationships and people, but also thought patterns, habits, things like that as well that may arise as you move through this year. And I think you're really being called to rise above, to close the door on this old chapter, Leo, and to let yourself, there's this blooming, this ascending, this evolving energy coming through where it's like, no, we're past that, we're expanding. With the Empty Well and the Mind Full Group Think card, this feels like kind of a warning from Spirit that there's going to be some crazy things happening in the world during this year. And I think, just simply put, it's a message of not letting things pull you down, not getting so caught up in what everybody else is doing or how everybody else is thinking or what everyone else is talking about or worrying about. This is kind of like rising up above that, being in your own lane, in your own energy, and being in your own abundance and in your own happiness. And it really just feels like a message of not letting anything kind of like taint your energy. Easier said than done, I know, because we live in a world and there's things happening around us at all times. But I feel like it's going to be important to keep your energy good and to kind of be doing your own thing this year, Leo, because I feel like you got a lot to do. I feel like you're moving into a new chapter, a new cycle. This underlying energy with the bottom cards, we have the new moon in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. And for me, Libra energy represents contracts, karmic contracts, right? Not in a bad way either. I think you are closing out a whole almost like portion of your journey, and you will be coming into new connections throughout this year. Maybe not just romantically either. Maybe new soul family, new business partners, new friends, things of that nature. You know, I'm kind of seeing it manifest in all areas for you where you're stepping into these new contracts. And on the bottom of the shaman's dream and the illuminated earth, we have caterpillar, which is all about opportunity, and we have renewal. So I see the old fading out here, and with this blue moon, this opportunity, it's like there's literally limitless possibility. This is a number 4 for a completely new world, for new structures, for new relationships, for new situations. Maybe some of you are even like moving this year or getting settled into a new place. And I think the divine is really asking, this is like self-care. Like, hey, I'm doing me. I'm caring for myself. I'm loving myself. And I'm open to the possibilities of what could be, who could be, right? This year, who I could be and who could enter into my world and into my reality as I have, you know, kind of tied up the loose ends on the karmic stuff and the karmic structures and the generational and ancestral healing and release. And, you know, so it feels like there really is an opportunity for something brand new here, for this renewal, for this new start. And yeah, I almost feel like there's going to be a lot kind of trying to test that. So with that being said, yeah, I think we kind of covered it. Feels a little bit all over the place, and when this energy came out, I'm sitting there with spirit like, yo, how this is everything here. So Leo, I think it's like a whole entire reality renewal for you. After a pretty rough, after a pretty rough chapter. And with this Cap energy, with the South Node energy, the past 18 months, we've had the South Node going through the sign of Libra with the North Node in Aries. There's been a lot of relationship stuff, a lot of clearing, a lot of karmic stuff coming up, and a lot of learning and integration. And then we're just now entering fully into this Pluto in Aquarius transit as well, after Pluto was going through the sign of Capricorn since '08. So we really are, and I think collectively, closing out a major cycle, all of us. And it feels like for you, there's still a little bit of clearing happening, and the divine is saying, hey, we got this. Let's rise above. Now, that doesn't mean to spiritually bypass or just ignore things, but not to let things, not to get too tangled up in stuff and let it pull us down, etc. So I am going to say a quick prayer, Leo, and then we're going to dive into this year ahead with the tarot. For these readings, I've been using one deck to kind of grab a card or two for each quarter, And then we've been switching decks and breaking it down month by month just to kind of see what we can expect as we move forward through this year. So I hope this message is finding everybody blessed and well and in great spirits. I hope you're enjoying this first quarter, which we're already well into. Yeah, 5s and 3s. What do we have over here? 7, 8, 9. We have some 4s too. There's kind of like all the numbers out here. Maybe some of you are seeing 444 though. I definitely see that out here. 7, 7, 7. Some of you are definitely seeing 9s and 8s as well. Let's see what comes out as we progress through the reading though. Holy Divine, Mother and Father, Holy Spirit, Spirit guides, guardian angels, archangels, ancestors, messages for my Leo family today, for the collective, for their highest good. Anything the family needs to hear or know, anything that'll bring us clarity and confirmation, healing, wisdom, understanding, any messages that will empower us and help us align with our highest selves, with our highest timelines, with our best lives, and of course, above all, any messages that will help the collective align with the highest divine will for our journeys through this lifetime will be truly appreciated. All praise and glory forever and ever. There's somebody here with heavy Aquarius in their chart, Aquarian placements, or somebody that's maybe dealing with an Aquarius in a specific way, or Aquarian energy. It's wanting to be seen with the star, and it's kind of like it's just popping out right now. So maybe that's significant or relevant for someone. But let's grab a theme. What's the theme of this year for Leo? It's also your opposite sign as well. So maybe there's some significance to that. We have the World on the bottom of the deck, and this is the alternate version of the World. So as we see the woman, instead of being in the midst of this circle here, she has stepped out. To me, this is always, especially with the Justice under there, this is just like this kind of energy here. It's about closing the doors. It's about moving on. It's about moving forward. I think that there are some major cycles that you are setting yourself free from, Leo. You're cutting the cords. You are making the decision. You're getting the downloads. You're getting the clarity. You're getting the intuitive hits, the gut feelings. And I think you are doing what you need to do, right? The Queen of Swords to me is always the energy of like, look, maybe I need to emotionally disconnect or distance myself a little bit from what's happening here and make a tough decision, or, you know, it's kind of very much seeing what the facts are and moving from that space, regardless of what our emotions are doing or the little self is doing. Queen of Swords is also telling me, Leo, that you're very connected to the divine at this time, that your crown chakra is wide open and you are receiving these messages, whether it is through your dream state, whether it's through music, through numbers and synchronicities, through animals. The divine is definitely speaking to you through your body, through your bodily feelings and things of that nature, through your emotions. So I think just checking in right now, checking in with your body, checking in with your emotions, checking in with spirit, with your angels, with your guides, I think will be beneficial. I think Spirit's here right now for you, and you know, all you need to do is ask or whatever, and your guidance and clarity will come through. So let's dive into this year. A very freeing, very healing year it looks like we have coming in for you here, Leo. What's the rest of the first quarter looking like for Leo, please, Spirit? Some of you are working through some tough stuff right now. Yeah, you are gaining this clarity, you know, this breakthrough, this, it's like I see this new direction coming in for you is kind of what it feels like. Can I get one more? Thank you. What is the second quarter? How about the third? Wow, I think this is going to be a deeply healing year. It really is. A lot of forward movement. This is big for you, Leo. What's the last quarter of the year look like for Leo? Thank you, Spirit. I gotta kind of move some of these. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Bottom of the deck, the Knight of Cups. Some of you are really going through some like relationship stuff. It feels like karmic relationship. That for some of you, you're even kind of working through some inner child stuff, some childhood wounding, maybe even like relationships that have been in your life since you've been a child. So it could even possibly be family stuff or friends. It feels like there's some long-standing contractual contracts, you know, and stuff that are kind of being worked through right now. I think you're gaining a lot of clarity. And I think you are kind of being called to let things go, to move in a new direction, to set yourself free. So whether that is like cutting a cord, or it's speaking your truth, or it is deciding to move in a new direction, or to go this, you know, that's kind of what it feels like. I feel like you're stepping through a doorway right now, Leo. And we're going to look into February and then March, but you have the 3 and the Ace of Swords right here, along with the Emperor. The 3 and the Ace of Swords together is the 4 of Swords. But this is heartbreak. This is hurt. It's pain. It is, you know, sadness. It's in some cases traumas. And this is the clarity, the breakthrough. This is the new ideas. But together here, I think that whatever you're going through, Leo, this is kind of about a slowdown where we're able to truly understand. We're getting the clarity, we're getting the downloads, we're taking the time to heal and to nurture ourselves through whatever this may be. And with the 4 of Swords as well, for some of you, you're being called to spend some time alone, to spend some time meditating, to slow down, to rest, to take care of your body, to take care of your spirit, to take care of your spiritual practice. And I will say as well, we have the North Node that just shifted into the sign of Pisces, with the South Node just shifting into Virgo. And that's going to be all about our spiritual practice and routines, our daily routines, our self-care, our health, our connection with our higher self, with our spirit guides, with our angels, with the divine, with the universe, with whatever you kind of connect to beyond the little self. And it's going to be about this balance, this middle ground of putting that all together, right? Asking ourselves, how does my spiritual practice benefit me? Is it grounded? Is it helping me health-wise, mind, body, and spirit? How can I incorporate a beneficial spiritual practice in my daily routine as I move through these next 18 months, right? So I think it is going to be about this deep, connecting on a deeper level with the divine, however that looks for you. And grounding that into reality in a beneficial way. So what does February look like for Leo, please, Spirit? Aquarius, we're in Aquarius season, so something could be significant about that? Yeah, I see the Wheel of Fortune with the Nine of Wands and the Moon. So it really does feel like Leo is kind of coming out of a dark cycle. For some of you, this is literally with family or the people around you, whether it is friends or coworkers. For others, this is some type of like soulmate thing that you're going through, or like, you know, romantic relationship. There may be like some people that are dealing with third party situations to some degree. That doesn't always have to be like somebody's cheating, but it can be like an outside external energy that is affecting the dynamic in some way. With the Wheel of Fortune, I do feel like the wheel is turning in Leo's favor, but it does feel like there's some, you know, some harsh truths that are being illuminated, or some clarity that we're gaining. And with the Three of Swords, like this hurts. For some of you, you've already been through this, right? And this is kind of the energy you're coming out of. But I feel very much like some of you are in the midst of this. You're dealing with someone or some situation that is definitely not easy. Some of you feel like you are truly heartbroken at this time as you're gaining this clarity. But I think that even just that alone is a catalyzation for this wheel to turn in some way, in some fashion. Yeah, whether this is like family stuff, maternal stuff, mother stuff, whether it's like your own motherhood. Yeah, I think that the wheel is turning in your favor here, Leo, to bring you into a new space. So let's take a look at March. What is March looking like for Leo, please, Spirit? Leo, I see love here. It feels like this is going to be a year of love, and that doesn't, you know, that's going to look different for everyone as well. Some of you are truly ending out an old relationship cycle and phase of your journey, and you're moving into a new one. And I really feel like that's for everyone, but for some, it doesn't necessarily feel romantic. For some, I'm feeling family energies here. Maybe it's both. Some of you may have an offer coming in for love, or some type of, we have the Knight of Cups and the Two of Cups, you guys. So it's like somebody entering your life within the next month or two, right? This is for March, where there's a lot of potential for healing and happiness. Can I get some clarity on this? For some of you, this is this could even possibly be like somebody coming back with an apology or some type of offer, and you having to be like, you know, I'm done, or to make some type of ultimate decision here. Especially because as we enter this next quarter, the second quarter, I'm seeing the Devil in reverse with the Queen of Cups as kind of the overarching energy here, where it's like we're freeing ourselves, we're healing, we're trusting our intuition, and moving into a new space, internally, but maybe externally as well. I feel like this is kind of where we are standing on top of the hill that we're climbing right now, so to speak. So what does April look like for Leo? For some of you, it's like this new person is entering and you're fully healing from this last cycle. It's bringing a lot of healing into your world. May. June. What is this, Spirit? Man, I feel like it feels like Leo's really letting some toxic people go, some people that have betrayed you or backstab, there's possible backstabbing, endings, breakups. And it feels like there's this energy of like a level up from that here, and a moving forward, a severing. It's like putting your foot down, standing in your truth, speaking your truth, which is ultimately this second quarter looking like it's moving you into something beautiful. Like there's happiness here, there's joy, there's illumination, there is kind of like moving into a new state of conscious awareness here through. So it feels like Leos are working through some shit right now, flat out. And kind of like freeing yourself from some type of toxic cycle, toxic person. This is probably for a lot of you deeply karmic. And when I say that, what I mean is like this is some stuff that you incarnated here to work through, to handle, to overcome, to heal, to understand, to integrate. Okay, and it feels like as you move into the second quarter, that's really happening in a big way. I see the 8 of Wands with the Sun, right? And we have the 5 of Swords for the very beginning of the second quarter. So it's like, I think maybe somebody is, for some of you, somebody's coming into your world to make an offer that is going to totally help you get over this past cycle, this past person. For others, this may even be somebody coming in, like in this energy that we're in now, somebody coming in to kind of test how far you've come, and you're realizing that this person is almost like a representation of this old chapter, and you're like, yeah, I'm not doing it. So you're stepping into your power and you're moving forward. But it feels like over this next handful of months, and what I've really been feeling for the past 6 months or so, I've been like, yo, March, April feels significant. That's kind of what I feel intuitively here as well, where this is playing out. You got to drop it in the comments, Leo, if you feel guided to. Is this family? Is this romantic shit? Is this like, what kind of contract is this? And I feel like it could really resonate in any way here. There's literally, could be ancestral, and that could be in terms of relationships. For instance, like I'm working through this toxic relationship, but this is what I was conditioned. Like this is how my parents were in a relationship, or this is how I saw my mother act in relationships, something like that. It's deep. It's like soul deep here that you're working through. This is what, my grandmother and blah, blah, blah. This is like deep. And this is you truly overcoming it. And I think that's what's most important here. 8 of Wands to the Sun through this second quarter is like, yes, this is that forward movement. This is us speaking our truth. This is communication that is bringing joy and lighting us up. So I feel like you're kind of almost between worlds right now, where you're closing this door on an old chapter, and you're making room for these people, for these situations, for these opportunities that truly bring you fulfillment on a deeper level. And for some of you, it's like breaking, and this is not a message for everybody, but I see somebody here breaking also away from the traditional like workspace or work environment that they were in, to move forward and like do their own entrepreneurial thing or start something of their own here as well. That I know is not a message for everybody. It's very specific the way that that's coming through right now. But I feel like you're like, I'm done doing this. I'm gonna do what makes me happy. I'm being called and guided to create this, or to put this out there, or to put together this offering, or whatever it may be. And that's what you're doing, maybe. And I heard as well, so this may be in the midst of you going through this, whatever this is as well. So let's jump into this third quarter, which, check it out. Second quarter, we have the 8 of Wands to the Sun. Oh, King of Swords as well. So this is like moving into the third quarter here, which starts with the Eight of Wands and the overarching energy here with the Justice. So it's like we're moving forward into this clean slate is what this says to me, right? Especially with the Sun kind of ending this second quarter energy out. I'm so, you guys, I want to say I'm sorry. I feel like there's so many different stories coming through right now. So, and this energy is really all over the place. So maybe that's just how the nature of this year. Keep in mind, Leo, that we are in a 9-year, 2025, 2 plus 2 plus 5 is a 9. 9 years are all about ending cycles, closing things out, and new beginnings, right? I've been saying this in all of the collective year ahead readings, but check out the esoteric numerology playlist on my YouTube channel and find the number 9 video and connect with that if you feel guided or called to, because that is kind of going to be the vibes of this year, okay? Eight of Wands to the Just. So what is this third quarter bringing in? This is going to be July, August, September. Okay. What's July look like for my Leos? July look like for Leo? Beautiful. Let's go. Eight of Wands, Justice, right? July, we have Chariot, Knight of Swords. This is movement. This is forward movement. This is inner balance. This is, to me, the Chariot is like alignment with divine will. The Sphinxes or the angels or whatever is pulling the Chariot represents balance, right? It represents our divine masculine and feminine within. It represents the divine masculine and feminine. It represents our shadow and our light, right? It's like this duality that has come together and is working as kind of the Trinity, right? To put it simply, it is being in alignment with divine will, with our higher self, with the higher plan and order. And if you notice in the charioteer never has any reins. They are just in that thing and going with it, right? So there's this kind of this feeling of this higher force, the universe, divinity, moving things in your favor to get you to, Chariot. It's victory to get you to where you're trying to go or where you're being led or guided, right? And especially with the Knight of Swords here and the Eight of Wands twice, there's a lot of movement here, a lot of forward movement, possibly fast movement. So things could start picking up here in this third quarter. July, things start moving kind of fast after, and I want to say all of this that's kind of playing out for you now. So what is August? What's Leo season look like for my babies, for my Leos? What's August? Interesting. Okay. Very empowering month for you here in August, but I also see, this may not resonate with everyone, but whatever you're dealing with back here, for some of you it's like friends and family or these soulmates, in whatever degree that's kind of manifesting for you. It's coming back up in some way, even if it's just spiritually and energetically here in August. But this is like the stamp, right? Where we send it out, so to speak. I hope that makes sense. You flew out as the Queen of Wands back here onto these people. But it was like, and you actually moved them. Like the card of them moved. It got pushed to the side. So there's some message there, okay? And I know it's a little bit cryptic, That's just how it's coming through for me. And what I really feel is that this is just happening so differently for so many different Leos and Leo placements. But there's some past stuff, some stuff that you're in like right now is going to end up coming back up around August. And it's like you're solving it. You're in your power. You don't care. It's like done. That's just the energy I feel, and I'm not sure how that's exactly going to play out, but we go into the Fool with the Seven of Wands. So the divine is saying, Leo, you have the upper ground here. Hold the line. This is a clean slate now. The scales are have been, I'm hearing, balanced. And so it's just about you kind of standing in your power in whatever way that you're being called to, really. And that's, I know that's going to look different for everyone, but maybe it's speaking, saying how you feel. Maybe it's moving or doing something that you wouldn't, it's like it's doing something that's going to empower you, that is authentic to you, that, that you feel internally is the best move to make or thing to do here. So August, it feels really good. We feel light here. There's a lot of forward movement. And regardless of what, Seven of Wands is kind of poking at you, bothering you, coming up for you, the divine's like, yo, you have the upper ground. None of this can touch you unless you let it. So that's bringing me back now to that group think mindful card and the empty well. Do not let whatever this is drain you or throw you off your square, Leo. And the divine saying right here, like, yo, it's going to be coming up. It may be world stuff, right? With these people, this may be just the community or whatever, right? The world at large, right? And this, like, hold the line. You have literal blessings coming in. You're doing deep soul work here, and we got places to be, people to see, people to meet, and things to create, and all of that. So try to, it's like, keep your eye on the prize and hold the line here. July, August, September. Let's look into September now, though. Yeah, man, it's like there may be things that are trying to come in to block you shining or to block your manifestations. Trick no good. The devil is a liar. You got this, Leo. The divine just is like, yo, you have the upper ground here. Remember that too. And feel free to come back to this reading throughout the year if you need to. And holler at your boy. Let me know, how this is kind of playing out for you, and let me know that this makes sense, because this is a lot here. It doesn't, I mean, it makes sense to me, but I just see everything. I see it all. It's like, it's a lot. September, please, Spirit. Now, September, after we Eight of Wands, Justice, third quarter, we go to the Queen of Wands, which is where you ended this third quarter, right? I love that happened, and that's been happening throughout all of this, where it's like you come into this new form, and this is how, and it's showing that this is how you're starting that quarter out. So we have the Queen of Wands with the Nine of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles here. So you are moving into abundance. You are moving into blessings. You are moving into Nine of Pence, your hard work paying off. This is the divine's way of saying, yo, not one bit of this has been in vain, Leo. And by you embodying your authenticity, standing in your power, holding the line, you are now reaping the rewards for all of your healing, for all of your spiritual work, for all of your hard work, and your physical work as well. With the Nine of Pence and the King of Pence here in the fourth quarter, it's like we're in a solid foundation. Our income's good. Our living situation's good. It's a very grounded energy, as to where this back here, not so much. It's kind of all over the place, and it's moving, and then it's not, and then it's going backwards, and then it's going forward. This is like, okay, we're here now, and we're blessed. October. Some of you, for some of you, this is going to look like your business taking off, or your ideas flourishing, or you receiving some type of reciprocity for whatever you're creating or putting out there. For others, this is you finally in that new job, or it's just like things are settled. more so. They're sure. You wake up, you're like, okay, we know what we're doing. We've already created this, or we've already made it here. Now we just need to keep building on that and keep our energy good and stay open to our blessings and type shit. So what does October look like? It's October. High Priestess, Ace of Wands. Yeah, so you're definitely being called to take some action or to create something or to do something, say something. It's coming through to it. For some of you, you're creating something, a business, a project, a podcast, a YouTube channel, some type of offering. You're getting dreams about it. You're getting visions about it. You're getting downloads. You're seeing the signs and synchronicities. You look at the clock, 11:11. You look, there's an eagle flying overhead. It's like, boom, boom, boom. You see your angels are with you. You see the higher guidance, and you are being called. You're getting that intuition to do it, to go for it, to create it, to say it, to take action. So there's an opportunity coming through here, beginning of the fourth quarter for you, and you're very much in communication with the divine about this. For some of you, it could be some collaboration, coming together with others to put something together. This is like maybe even people admiring your work here for what you've already been creating. Okay, there's some type of opportunity. I feel like this is more in the sphere of like work and creation and income, maybe home living. It's got that vibe here. Very simply though, this is about you getting this intuition to go. Okay, so November, please, Spirit. Rest. I'm hearing to rest through this fourth quarter. Don't overdo yourself. There's some type of like crossroads or back and forth here, or decision that needs to be made where we're a little bit indecisive, and what I feel, yeah. Bringing us back to first quarter vibes. With that High Priestess and the Ace of Wands, the divine is really asking Leo to trust their gut, to trust your guidance, not to doubt yourself. I heard not to doubt your downloads. What is this? Crazy, I got that message to rest, and on the bottom of the deck we have the Four of Swords. Getting enough sleep, meditation, slowing down, connecting with spirit, healing practices, spiritual practices, self-care. There's some type of guidance coming through for you, and I feel like, here's what I feel. I feel you're at this crossroads, and you know, like the little you, the ego, the little self, is like, what do I do? But what I feel deeper is that you, your spirit, already knows kind of what to do, or what's, you know. So I think this is about really staying rooted and anchored in yourself and your spirit, your heart, and going with that and not doubting yourself, okay? Not questioning yourself here. Because there may be some turbulence, or there, like I said, it may be some type of crossroads, and the divine's like, yo, stay in your power, let's go. You already know. What is this? Can I get a little bit of clarity for November? In the stillness, it's going to be different for everyone. So the divine is saying, in the stillness, you will hear the guidance you need and know what to do. Hermit, Ace of Swords. This is the breakthrough. This is the clarity. This is the confirmation, the awakening. And I think it's like through you being in your own energy, outside of the group think, outside of the chaos of the surroundings or your world, you're here, you're holding the line, and you know what your soul is being called to do, and where your soul is being called to go, and what your soul is being called to create. So let's look at December. I also see this last quarter as like really getting into the flow and finding a balance, a new balance, or a balance in this new space, energetically speaking, maybe physically as well. What does December look like for Leo, please, Spirit? Wow. You guys, December feels like liberation. Check it out. We have the Hanged Man came out first. It kind of came out sideways, which I feel there's some significance to that. But then the Seven of Pentacles came out as well. So I feel like there's this back and forth. Should I stay? Should I go? Should I get up off the tree and leave? Or should... There's this energy of like patience is a virtue. Again, I think there's this inner battle in this last quarter, and I really feel you are being called to do what you know is right, to do what you know you are being called to do, because I feel like this is putting the stamp on this old chapter in a big way here. This is an awakening. This is a release. This is like Spirit saying, yeah, you passed. Right? That's what this last quarter feels like. So there may be some test, something that tests you, some type of testing situation. Yeah, and which may come in the form of a person. And you may be being called to pull your energy from certain situations or people here. And what this really feels like is to stay the course. To put it simply, December feels like the divine is saying, Leo, stay the course. Continue watering what's growing. You know, try not to get distracted. Take everything you've learned throughout this journey, you know, of becoming enlightened, this ascension journey. Take all of that wisdom and put it to work. I'm getting the message. This is kind of specific. Spirit is saying that you have all of this wisdom, Leo. And what I heard, the exact words was, put it to work on yourself. Which means I think you're being called to do something here, and it's like, really do it. You spread this wisdom and information to others. You use it as well. I have a feeling this may be uncomfortable because I'm feeling that right now, but I think for somebody specific there's something about a relationship here that, and I think you're being called or guided to say something, to do something, to, you know, to move, and you're being called to trust your higher guidance and to trust the divine and the universe. I think you're making a lot of space for new in your world, Leo. And some of you are stressing about some type of commitment or some type of tradition. Something that's just over, and it's like you're stressing about moving on. But Page of Pentacles on the bottom, I think you're being called to move on from something. This may be a job or a career, but I feel strongly a relationship here as well. Okay, so I hope this message helps, Leo. I hope you were able to take something here. I hope you're able to check back in throughout the year and touch base with me and let me know kind of how this looks for you, because I really do see that this is like just such a wide array of collective that is tapping in with this message. So let's grab a couple oracle cards before we do tap out. And I think, very simply put, the scales are being balanced, family, and you did it. You're closing some major doors and moving into a new world. You're stepping out of the cycle. You're stepping out of the karmic contract because it has been fulfilled, and you're moving on. You're moving into something beautiful, a new world. Okay, so message from the cosmos, then we'll grab a message from your mind, then we will grab a Threads of Fate oracle, and then we will grab a message from the Divine Mother to close it down. Sheesh. Spirit speaking. A chapter in your life is closing and will not be reopened. This will be reason for celebration. Whatever you need to release right now, shall create the space for what is divinely destined for you to manifest through divine grace. You shall enjoy a change of pace and a release from intensity. So open your heart to the beginning of your golden era. Open your heart to the beginning of your golden era, Leo. Shine like the sun, my babies. Y'all are the sun of the zodiac. Shine that light. What's the message from the cosmos for Leo, please, Spirit? All of them. Listen, healing, it's time, and change. You're being asked to change a part of yourself that no longer feels like the person you've become or are becoming. Change is not always easy, but letting go of this outdated part of yourself will allow you to align with your true self. It is time. You, Leo, are being called to move forward toward the dream that you've been carrying in your heart. It's time to bring it out into the world. You are ready. It is time. You're being asked to listen to your inner voice. It's been guiding you to do something or say something, and it's time to act on its wisdom while always so confirming. Your body, mind, and soul are in a period of deep healing right now. You're going through many transformations at once, and you're being asked to allow yourself to receive the healing you need with open arms and an open heart. Message from Leo's mind, please, Spirit. Again, all of them. Stop looking outside for the answers. You already know them. Stop caring about what they think. This is your life to love and live. And stop giving away your power right now. Message from this Threads of Fate. What's the message, Spirit, for the Leo family? For the collective. I hear you, Spirit. Okay. Love, speak truth, and ascension was the first message that wanted to come through. We are going to read that, but I want you to connect with these messages as well. Love, speak truth. There's that sword. Feeling big Archangel Michael vibes with that. Page 90, Ether. This card is a testament to all of the work that you've done, Leo. It's a nod from the universe that your efforts are seen and they're being rewarded. Things are moving forward, and you will continue to progress and reach a higher state of consciousness as well as earthly success. This card can also be encouraging you to deepen your spiritual practices and work toward alignment with the highest codes of your being. Life is all about moving and reaching our true potential. You're well on your way. Keep going. On the flip side, this card can also indicate an imbalance around spiritual practice. Sometimes we can become completely reliant on all things spiritual, and we may ignore the earthly plane and real issues. This is referred to as spiritual bypassing. Another form this takes is continuing to focus on clearing and up-leveling, but not integrating. It can become an addiction and all about moving on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And we think it's okay because it's spiritual in nature, but in reality, it can be very disempowering. If this resonates with you, work on grounding yourself and perhaps slow down. Crazy, because that message did come through earlier, and there's somebody connecting to this message that really is being called to ground. Spiritual and that's that North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo. The shadow side of both is what we want to watch out for. The shadow side of Virgo being having to control everything, having to micromanage, being extremely judgmental and critical, working too hard, working just to bypass, to stay busy. And the shadow side of Pisces can be literally being out in la la land, being so far gone, head in the clouds that we are losing it, right? And completely delusional. Or we're just bypassing under the guise of I'm spiritual and this is my spiritual practice. Yeah, this year, this next 2 years really is going to be about finding that balance. And again, I wanna say to ask yourself this year, Leo, how your spiritual practice and your gifts and your abilities and your quote-unquote ascension journey, your journey of evolution, how is it benefiting your life? Is it making you more compassionate? Is it, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood and carry water. We are having a human experience on this planet Earth, and it's the name of the game to be here on Earth and to do the human things and to not totally push that to the side and call it irrelevant. That is our spiritual growth. Becoming more compassionate, being of selfless service, loving. Does my spiritual practice make me more loving? Am I serving the Supreme Lord through what I am doing? And is it benefiting others, right? These are questions that we all need to tap in with throughout this year. They're going to come up regardless. I just wanted to emphasize that because it came through earlier, where I felt somebody coming through that is very much ungrounded at this time. And so I think that's so important. And I see it a lot, through the collective and all over. And so take care of yourself, ground yourself. You do have the strength and have what it takes to navigate this path, or we would not be sitting here in this moment together right now. Okay, and I'm just here to remind you that, you summoned me on your path vibrationally to remind you that I don't have any gifts, abilities, or anything that anybody else does not have. Tap in, family, lock in. Lock in. Ma, what's the message for Leo? Shodashi cleanses the soul from past hurts. Her presence indicates recovery and a reclaiming of dignity after experiences of being judged, betrayed, or criticized. If your innate being has been put down in any way, or if there has been bullying or nastiness directed towards you, Shodashi brings healing and renewal so you can rise above and lay claim to your innate beauty. And just so the camera does not cut off on the outro, we're gonna grab one more with that train passing by as we close. Ma just coming through to throw us a wink and tell us she loves us. Leo, glory be. What's the message? What's the last message for Leo, please, Ma? "444." As I look over, some of y'all gonna see that, and let that be confirmation. Let that be a wink to you as well. Okay. And don't go looking for the synchronicities either, Leo. They're already looking for you. Just be present, fam. No matter what you've done, two fell out. No matter what you've done, no matter how many mistakes you've made, Kali is here for you always. Yours is the safety and sanctuary of her divine love. She's your soft place to fall and your kindest and most enthusiastic advocate. Let her shift your experience from endless tasks and ever greater expectations into sweet relief and comforting connection. And Dharma of Kali says, your most abundant successes manifest when you are aligned with your integrity. You do not need to put your faith in pathways or projects that do not resonate with your deeper spiritual knowing. Everything that is happening in your life is part of how your prayers are being answered. A new order is to be established, Leo, and you are being led to it. Big chariot to the sun energy. Let's freaking go, family. Leo, thank you for stopping through and showing love. Thank you for being in this space with me. I truly hope that this message helped in some way. I hope you're able to take something with you along your journey of value. I hope you know how much I appreciate you, your love, your support. I hope you're enjoying this beginning of this new year, because it's going to be a big one for all of us. So let's go. Lock in, Leo. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I will catch you beautiful beings on the next rating.